So Cathie Wood of ARK Invest has always been bullish on Tesla. However, she just got more bullish on Tesla.
No way, man, that's awesome.
Now, I recently logged onto Twitter and I saw that Cathie Wood has a new price target for Tesla. In fact, the new price target is $2,000 per share by 2027. Now, guys, I want to say a couple things here. Now, just like Cathie Wood, I am too very bullish for Tesla in the long term. However, there's a couple of things that I slightly disagree with, okay? Now, I want to go ahead and talk about her bull and bear case for Tesla by 2027. So, Cathie Wood's bear case would be $1,400 per share by 2027 and $2,500 per share by 2027 in the bull case, so her expected value leads to $2,000. Now, guys, here's the problem that I have with this, right? So, Cathie Wood's both bull and bear case both have the expectation of fully autonomous driving taking place for Tesla and having robo-taxis by 2027. Here's the reason why I kind of disagree with that. Although I'm very confident that Tesla may be able to achieve fully autonomous driving by that time or possibly by 2030, my main concern is regulatory risk, something that Cathie Wood is actually kind of skipping over. So I want to go ahead and cover this. Now, in ARK Invest research, it says that Tesla customer-owned fleets drive more than 120 million miles per day and over 1 million miles per day in FSD. In contrast, in their multi-year lifetimes, Cruise and Waymo have reached just only 1 million miles, each driven on public roads with no one behind the wheel. Moreover, accident statistics suggest that Tesla already has achieved performance superior to human drivers. Now, I don't want to downplay these numbers at all. I mean, this is really good for Tesla. I mean, Tesla is doing what the competition is doing in years and just 1 days of work. So every single day, Tesla is just logging in more data of driving for FSD, which is significantly going to improve FSD. This is good. However, as I mentioned before, my main concern is regulatory risk. Who says that Tesla is going to be allowed to do FSD? Maybe the general public may not want this to happen. Interesting enough, when you look at the risks and limits of the model, it mentions that an unexpected event such as Elon Musk's sudden departure from the company or a natural disaster or pandemic could cause actual results to differ from their expectations. Yeah, so they're mentioning a pandemic possibly happening, maybe Elon Musk leaving, but they fail to mention regulatory risk. Pretty interesting. Why are they not factoring this into their model? Now, someone on Twitter mentioned, in your report, you don't cite any regulatory hurdles. Do you believe something like this could hinder the rollout or activation? And then Tasha of ARK Investment replies saying, automated driver assistant features are already becoming requirements for new vehicles. While regulatory uncertainty is always a risk, I suspect that Tesla will have a data advantage over peers to prove safety versus a human driver. We talk about that in our blog as well. Now, it's very interesting that they mentioned that regulatory uncertainty is always a risk. However, they fail to list that as a risk in their model. Very interesting. Now, guys, I'm not trying to really put hate on Cathie Wood. Believe me, I am very bullish on Tesla. I actually really like Cathie Wood. I used to have a poster of her in my living room, and I'm not trying to be a creep about it. I just really used to admire her. However, this is kind of sounding a little crazy.
She's crazy.
Now, guys, I like to be realistic, and I do believe that Tesla is going to make a significant return in the long term. In the short term, I covered it in a multitude of different videos that right now, things are not looking good for Tesla. However, in the long term, I'm bullish with Tesla because they're going to be able to be scalable and profitable, right? With the volume of EV models that they're going to have on the road in comparison to the competition. The competition is literally suffering. And so my prediction for Tesla really just discounts the whole idea of autonomous driving and robo-taxis. If that does happen, that is actually just a plus. However, I'm not solely relying on that for Tesla to hit a price target, unlike Cathie Wood, where even in their worst case scenario, they're believing that autonomous driving is going to be a thing by 2027. Now, hopefully I'm wrong and she's right, because my price target is somewhere over here and her price target is all the way over there. So obviously, as someone who has exposure to Tesla in my long-term portfolio, I want to be wrong, and I hope that Cathie Wood is correct. However, I just want you guys to remember that even if FSD and robo-taxis aren't a thing for Tesla, we still are a win-win bullish upside for Tesla in the long term, just based on the predominant business model of course selling EV vehicles. Of course, having that software to sell will obviously scale the profits for Tesla tremendously, and I do hope that that does happen. Now, for those of you guys that are this far in the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel already. I do notice that over 90% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed, so if you find any value in this, then just hit that subscribe button. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to watch this next video right over here, especially if you're looking into building wealth for the long term.